Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Always catching me having a little
Sipping. We're back for more tier lists. Are we just a tier list channel?
We might be. Today we are bringing you a tasty little Premier League strikers tier list. There's sure to be some howlers in here, but we'll just crack on with it straight away. Roz, I can barely see the screen. Who's up first?
We got Anthony Martial. The tiers are best in the league. We'll put everyone that's really close to best in the league in very solid. Right at the end, we'll move a guy, probably know who, to best in the league. You got very solid, does a job, bang average, poor, and time to learn Arabic, buddy.
I like that one. Anthony Martial. I think we could just drop him straight to
Time
Saudi.
to learn Arabic, buddy.
100%. He is washed, isn't he?
I said it in a podcast recently. I think he's just lost the love of the game.
Yeah, he's never
kind of hit
the
expectations.
heights that he's meant to hit. And yeah, people giving him time, but how much more time can you want? Moving on.
I actually couldn't tell you who this is. Is that Cameron Archer?
Might be.
I
can't see fucking
these thumbnails are all so tiny. Just found a tier list online. It's probably missing some players, so don't get your knickers in a twist about that. Let's say Cameron Archer.
Cameron Archer, for me, I think he does a job.
Yeah.
Because he's not very solid at the minute. It's still unproven. I like what I've seen of him, but he's playing in a very poor team.
Is he bang average?
No, not for me. I think he does a job.
Okay.
We can move him around, but if that is indeed Cameron Archer, because I can't tell.
It might not be Cameron Archer, you know.
Right.
Thumbnail is tiny. Nicholas Jackson.
I'm very torn on him.
Yeah, he's had a mixed bag to start his career at Chelsea.
Pre-season, he looked electric. And he's a workhorse.
He looks like he has all the kind of assets to be an absolute geezer. But
a top striker, but
he is so poor in front of goal, so rash.
And maybe it'll come with time and confidence, but for me at the minute I think he's bang average.
Yeah, I back it. Bang average. Ollie McBurney.
He needs to learn Arabic, mate.
I back it. I think he's so crap. I think he'd get arrested the moment he landed in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah,
But
I don't really. He had some big moves as well, some fairly decent money. I don't really know what people see in him.
Yeah, I think he's crap.
I think he's a very old school striker, and the game has passed him by. But he's not even that old.
Yeah, 100%. Eddie Nketiah. We had a chat about him on the podcast last week. Check it out if you haven't seen it.
For me,
he's currently Arsenal's front man. And is he that guy?
I would love to say he's very solid, but he is.
I'd love to say he does a job, but even that I'm thinking is pushing.
I think if Cameron Archer that is indeed Cameron Archer,
yeah.
If that's Cameron Archer who does a job, I think Eddie's got to be there as well.
Yeah, maybe. Let's put him in does a job.
He brings more than Nicholas Jackson at the minute.
I agree.
Nicholas Jackson has a much higher ceiling, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like Eddie it's just not doing it.
I think if he plays for a non-top 6 side, so I got someone in the comments of the last video when I said he'd hit 15 Prem goals, and they were like, "No, standard deviation," like some wet nerd in the comments. Was like, "No, he's performing under his XG. I don't think he'd hit more than 9." I'm like, shut up. If he plays for a Fulham, I reckon he hits 15 goals easy.
He'd be there or thereabouts. I think 12 to 15.
Yeah.
But yeah, agreed. I think this is a make or break season for him. It's either got to work now or never. I don't know.
100%. Dominic Calvert-Lewin. We're talking about now or never. He is one of those now or never players. He had a barnstormer kind of when he broke into the scene, got into the England squad.
Injuries.
Yeah, injuries. He's gone off the boil.
He was more interested in modelling than football. But for me, I think he's a really good player when he's playing. But how much does his injury factor come in to it? For me, he's a very solid striker when he's
does
fit.
A job for me.
But I don't know. He's better than Cameron Archer and Nketiah.
I'd say he is not better than Nketiah. Availability is the best ability.
Well, that's what I'm saying. if he is available for 38 games, he's a very solid striker for me.
But that's like saying if Eddie.
No, I'm agreeing with you.
Okay, let's put him in. Does a job.
But I think behind Nketiah, you're going to get more games out of him. Carlton Morris. I can't say I'm much of a championship watcher. You as a QPR fan, yeah. I like him actually. I think he's a fairly decent striker. I think he's very consistent in what he does, but I don't think he's as good as a Cameron Archer, a Calvert-Lewin, or an Nketiah. But I like him. I think he knows his ceiling though. Like his ceiling's not. He's not a star player. He's not gonna push for a top 6 move, in my opinion. Anyway, he's got to be bang average, and I think probably behind Nicholas Jackson.
Bang average. I'm happy with that. Now,
but I rate him.
Alexander Isak. Our very first podcast of season 2. I said, is Alexander Isak the best striker in the Premier League?
No.
I regret it immediately, but he is good.
He's very solid.
He is good.
He's very solid.
Yeah.
He does more than a job.
He's
a
very
problem.
good. Yeah, he's a problem, mate. He's a problem.
And I think he can go on to be maybe not one of the best strikers in the world.
You said that he reeks of a Man City signing.
Yeah, I think he does. I think he works so well within a system. I think he's tall, he's big, he's technical.
He's handsome.
Exactly, mate. And he's good at scoring goals.
That's what you need for a very solid placement for Alexander Isak.
But yeah, I agree. I think very solid. And I think he can go on to be an absolute star striker. But he's not going to get you 25 goals a season, I don't think.
He should
but
be,
I think he brings so much more.
I reckon he probably does get you 25, you know.
That.
Beto, Everton's new front man.
Mate, best in the league.
I really like what he's doing.
Beto, mate.
Do we just like all these geezers that are a workhorse? Maybe. We like it when you put yourself about. He hasn't actually scored a goal in the Prem yet. So...
He scored in the cup.
Yeah, I think he scored a cup goal. So
I like him.
I like what he does.
I think he does a job.
I think he's bang average.
Is he better than Calvert-Lewin? It's too soon to tell, though,
That's what I'm saying. I'd rather Nicholas Jackson than him, I think.
Put him in bang average, and I won't disagree with you on that.
But I'm happy for Beto to prove us wrong.
Yeah, I like what I've seen so far.
Now, one that probably tears the masses apart, Gabriel Jesus.
Maybe for you, not for me.
I think he's very, 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 very solid.
Yeah, he's probably one of the most consistent performers in the Premier League.
If you watch football and don't appreciate what this guy does, football is not the game for you. This guy is just technically one of the best in the league.
I like what he said in the interview where he said, I just cause chaos.
Mate, he's so good.
He's brilliant on the ball. His IQ's off the charts. Maybe his output could be better.
Is he better or worse than Alexander Isak?
If I could take one, I'll probably take Jesus.
Ooh,
at the minute.
I was going to say Isak.
Maybe at the minute.
But I'm happy for Jesus, my guy.
Jesus brings so much more than just like...
Jesus is just kind of chaos, but technical perfection.
I don't think he drops like a less than a 7.
No, he's so good.
Whereas you've seen games where Isak can't get involved.
Talking about not dropping less than a 7, a guy that I don't think has ever dropped above a 7. Odsonne Edouard.
Mate, he came on and
scored he scored
like
a hat-trick in
the
first game, but apart from that, he hasn't dropped a...
He's poor.
Yeah, he's poor. I wouldn't say it's time to learn Arabic, buddy, because I think he's still young, still got a bit about him, but yeah, he's just not good enough.
I think he's poor. I don't have anything more to say about that. I think he's had opportunity. He hasn't had consistent opportunity though. But you can't get given consistent opportunity if you can't score goals.
Exactly,
and especially in a team where you've got the likes of Eze, you'll have Elise Fini when he's back fit. You had Zaha there last season. It's not like you got scraps.
True that.
So for me, he's poor.
Callum Wilson.
For me, straight away, more than does a job.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's very solid.
I love him. I think he's a
very
great
good.
striker. I think he's unfortunate to be in an era where England have a phenomenal array of striking talent. But I think he might. I think I prefer him to Isak.
Oh, the Isak slander is crazy.
No, I don't. Isak's
No, I'm not having that. Nah.
Isak's raw.
Yeah,
still.
I think Isak's better though.
I think Callum Wilson
is quality.
Callum Wilson will get you 20 goals a season if he stays fit.
This was an interesting debate because we said who's got the better striker pairing, Jesus and Nketiah or Isak and Callum Wilson. It's tight because we've got Arsenal got the best one and the worst one by our list.
I think
and Newcastle got two in the
Nketiah
middle.
is like he's probably actually like 2 tiers below. but
The slander.
Newcastle overall have a better striking
Yeah,
partnership.
I'd agree.
You'd rather have Isak and Wilson than Jesus and Nketiah, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it's tight, you know. It's tight.
Is it?
It is, I think. It's because Jesus is. You're saying like Eddie's that much below. I think Jesus might be a little bit like if we.
You said you're gonna have Isak above Jesus.
Yeah, I know. I panicked. I don't know. But I think
there's a lot of
yeah. Lyle Foster.
He's all right.
Yeah.
I think he's probably bang
average.
Maybe slightly ahead. Actually, no. I think I might have
Carlton
Morris.
Morris. Yeah, I agree.
Oh,
especially because he plays in a better team, and I don't think he does as much as Carlton Morris.
No, Carlton Morris. Yeah, I like Carlton Morris.
Man of the moment, linked all over the shop at the moment because Brentford said they're willing to sell him. Ivan Toney.
Well, I saw something earlier saying that Arsenal are going to attempt a swap deal for Nketiah. Maybe if you add 25-30 million on top of that, they might entertain it. But I think for me, he's a very solid striker. And for me, he is more solid than Gabriel Jesus.
Jesus. If we're talking strikers, I think I might have to agree. I think he's got everything you want in a modern striker. He's strong. He's fast. He knows where the goal is, which sadly for Jesus, not as much.
His link-up play is outrageous. His ability to position is incredible. His finishing is some of the best in the world.
Penalty bagsman as well. You love that.
And he's just a defender that he's a striker that no defender would ever want to play against because he's big, he's strong, he's fast, and he'll ruin your day.
Talking of big, strong, fast, an up-and-coming gem, Evan Ferguson. What are we saying?
It's a hard one for me.
I think he's already very solid, you know.
Yes, I agree.
I think he's already very solid. I'd say he's probably at the bottom end of the very solids, but could end up being the best striker in the league.
Is he better than Callum Wilson already?
I don't. Ooh.
I'm gonna take this run in between Isak and Callum Wilson.
Okay, I don't hate it. I think he's got so much about him.
Those three there.
You were giving Callum Wilson. You were going to have Callum Wilson ahead of Isak.
Yeah, but
we do a lot of kind of contradicting ourselves here at BoreDraw.
I think those three, Callum Wilson, the Newcastle sandwich in Evan Ferguson. I think any three on any day could jump like any order in that list.
Yeah, I agree.
I think they're so good, all of them. But Isak and Ferguson, they've got age on their side, but Callum Wilson doesn't.
Sadly, does not. Yeah.
So it's different. It's different.
It's good. I agree.
There's so many different types of strikers now in the game.
Yeah.
Like
he's a bit more of an Ivan Toney, isn't he?
Evan Ferguson, I see as more of like maybe even a Harry Kane.
Yeah.
We saw him coming deep when he scored his hat trick.
And then Gabriel Jesus and Isak are kind of similar.
Yeah, and then probably Callum Wilson is a bit different to all of them. Like
Christian Nkunku, injured at the moment.
Literally haven't seen anything.
Outrageous signing for Chelsea. Sad for them that he couldn't participate in the season as much.
It's strange though because he is a striker, but they're going to play him, I think, as like more of an 8
or a false 9, maybe.
But then where does Jackson fit into this, or is he not?
I don't know. I'd say probably
for me
not.
At the minute, I really actually like him, but I haven't seen enough of him in the Prem. So for me, for a Premier League tier list, maybe does a job.
Does a job, but
top end of
does a job. Taiwo Awoniyi.
Very solid.
What a player.
I love him.
What a player.
Very solid.
Is he the best striker outside of the big six?
Evan Ferguson.
I'd take Awoniyi over Callum Wilson.
Yeah.
Would I take him over?
Is it Awoniyi or Awoniyi?
I don't know.
Because I hear a lot of the commentators saying Awoniyi, and I know they're trained to say it correctly.
Yeah, that's where I'm
pretty
going.
sure. Like, I won't know, will I?
Taiwo, come on the pod, mate. We've given you a very solid rating. Dom Solanke.
I'm torn. I feel like, is he better than Callum Wilson? No. For me.
He's not better than Nkunku.
He's not better than Nkunku. He's better than Nketiah.
I'd say he's not as good as Nketiah, but better than Callum Wilson.
He's better than Nketiah.
Do you think?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I think he might be.
I'll give you it. Actually, no, I'm not. He's going there. Michael Antonio.
think he's pretty bang average.
I think he is. Is it virgin on? No, I was going to say,
No.
is it virgin on poor? But
No. It probably is time for him to learn Arabic.
yeah, I was going to say poor / time
But,
to learn
but
Arabic.
like, we're using that as like for people who can't compete. In the
Yeah,
league.
just get out of the league,
He
mate.
can still do a job.
Yeah.
And we're only saying that because of his age. But
Let's
for me,
put him.
He's above Nicholas Jackson for me.
Yeah. Oh, above Nicholas Jackson.
How many goals has Nicholas Jackson got this year?
That's true. 3. He probably got more than
Oh,
Antonio.
he might do actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll put.
I don't know though, but like,
Antonio's done it.
he
Antonio's
does
done
a
it.
job though.
Yeah, Antonio.
He like does a job, but he's not
he
better
is.
than.
He is literally the definition of does a job.
Yeah,
Should
I'm
we
happy
move it?
where he is.
Oh.
He's not good enough to break.
He's better
into
than Cameron Archer.
that.
and-
Not in my opinion.
Is he not?
Not in my opinion.
I'm gonna move him up, but to the back end of does a
Right.
job.
Ollie Watkins, mate.
Ollie Watkins.
I like Ollie Watkins a lot.
I like Ollie Watkins
And
as
for
well as
me-
the Ivan Toney links. We've been linked to Ollie Watkins.
For me, he's instantly looking at does a job into very solid. Probably edge and very solid.
I think I'd have him over Nkunku right now. You know.
Yeah. Well, an injured player or,
Yeah.
or Ollie Watkins.
Bottom end are very solid.
Yeah, I think he does more than like a striker does because he runs
Yeah.
so much. But for me, I think I'd have Callum Wilson over him
Yeah. So we whacking him in very solid.
behind. Yeah, our very solid is looking
Very solid,
so-
and it's about to get bigger
the
because
bottom end of the table is looking rough.
we got Julian Alvarez. What a guy!
Oh,
What a guy!
best in the league.
He's the top end, isn't he?
No, he's best in the league.
He's the top end, isn't he?
He's the best in the league.
He's not.
Yeah, he is.
He's not.
Yeah.
He's not better than Haaland.
Yeah, he is.
He's not.
Julian Alvarez.
He's so good.
All right, let's put him on the top end of very solid.
I don't think he's better than Ivan Toney or Gabriel Jesus. I think he's really good. Don't get me wrong. But I think I'd rather those two. He's still a bit young, still a bit raw. These two are getting into their
I
prime.
will compromise if you put him above Jesus.
Yeah, I can do that for you.
But if you could have Alvarez or Jesus, you're taking Jesus.
It's tight. It's tight.
Delusion.
Nah, I think you'd rather watch Jesus play football.
Alvarez is so good.
Yeah.
Set piece maestro.
Yeah.
He can play anywhere along the front three. He
So
can
can
play in the
Jesus.
midfield even.
Jesus could do that.
Well, he could do it.
Yeah.
Like he could literally play in midfield, but he wouldn't be very good at it.
I think he would.
Nah, gee.
You're wrong. João Pedro.
You're wrong.
João Pedro.
Oh, this is a hard one. We are very solid. It's going to be full.
He does a job. I don't think he's very solid.
I was getting some hate for some slander on him.
I think he's good.
No, do you remember at the beginning, like, and then I said, I don't know if he's as good as everyone says he is, and he scored
Yeah.
a penalty on his like debut or whatever,
Yeah.
and he scored a few penalties.
Talking about Joe here.
Yeah, shut up. Actually, no.
Pussy.
Yeah, pussy. For me, I like him, but I'm yet to see very solid performances.
Yeah, I would rather Nkunku, rather Nketiah, rather Dom Solanke, but I'd rather João Pedro than Calvert-Lewin.
Agreed.
In there you go, son. Fabio Silva.
I think he's poor.
I quite like Fabio Silva.
He was good at
he hasn't
PSV.
done it in the Prem.
Very good at PSV last season.
Like, there's
But I
definitely
think-
a player in
I
there.
think his very good was very, like in comparison to his previous seasons.
Yeah.
And I think there's definitely a player there, but I don't know if the Premier League's the league for him.
We're missing a few players. We're missing Mateus Cunha. Oh, well. Yeah, Fabio Silva. Do we whack him in poor?
I think so. I'd have him
But,
on my
like,
squad.
I'd have him over Beto, Carlton Morris, and Niall Foster.
I'd maybe have him over Lara Foster.
I'll give you bang average, mate.
Let's drop Lara Foster down.
Yeah, sorry, bruv. Darwin Nunez.
Very solid for me.
Darwin. Yeah, where?
He's
He's definitely a very solid. He's a good player.
better than Watkins.
And then probably not better than the rest.
Maybe better than Wilson. No. For me, between Isak and Ferguson.
Oh, he's that high.
I think he's really good.
He is really good. But would you rather Darwin Nunez or Evan Ferguson?
Darwin Nunez, I think.
I'm thinking Evan Ferguson. I'll give you between Awoniyi and Evan Ferguson.
I'm looking at this now, yeah.
Mm.
I think Jesus is too high up the list.
I disagree. I think he fits in there perfectly.
I think I'd have Darwin Nunez over Jesus.
What are you saying?
I would have Darwin Nunez behind Alvarez.
Over Isak and Gabriel Jesus?
I would.
Never.
No, I would.
Next, we've got Raul Jimenez.
I think he's bang average.
Yeah.
He looks better at Fulham than he did.
Yeah,
the latter
but
part
bless
of
him. Head's gone, isn't it?
Quite literally.
Maybe it's time to learn Arabic just to put himself out of his misery.
Yeah, but what does that mean, mate?
Just get out of the Prem.
He scored this season.
He scored.
But Mitro's boots are big boots to fill.
Yeah, bang average.
He's better. Is he better? He's better than Edouard though.
Yeah.
I think he's better than Fabio Silva.
I bet he's better than Carlton Morris
Yeah.
as well. And Beto.
Yeah.
He's better than Beto.
Yeah.
All right. Danny Ings.
I used to really like Danny Ings. I think he's falling off a fat cliff.
I think
For
it's
me,
time.
It's time to learn Arabic. He's the top end of time to
He
learn
had
Arabic.
his Turkish hairline, and maybe it's time to go fucking
He
bosh it.
shaved it all off, mate.
Yeah, bosh it in Saudi Arabia. The man. He is the best in the league.
I don't know.
Erling Haaland.
What's he done though?
Yeah, he hasn't done it really.
He's only won a treble.
Let's put him there for now.
What do you mean? Just put him in the top, man. As if
Okay.
it's going to be a conversation.
As if it's going to be a competition. Richarlison. Stinky boy Richarlison.
For me,
Time to learn Arabic, buddy.
you might disagree. I think he's a top of bang average.
I was going to put him in bang average. I thought you were going to put him in like very solid or some shit.
It can't be done.
I think maybe Nicholas Jackson above him, but I'll allow
I
it.
think so.
Rasmus Højlund.
I really like. We've said this multiple times across multiple episodes now. I really like what he does.
Yes.
I like what we've seen of him, but it's too soon. For me, he does a job. He's probably the top end and does a job at the minute.
Yeah, I'd probably have Nkunku over him.
Yeah, and Nkunku's probably like more
Fleshed out as a
more
player.
esteemed across like.
Yeah.
But in the Premier League, we haven't seen really enough of him.
And then to round it off, what a stinker. Jean-Philippe Mateta.
I actually quite like him.
Yeah, I'd probably have him over Edouard as like my Palace option.
Yeah, would I have him over Lyle Foster? Probably not.
Oh, I think I probably would.
Oh, I'm happy to do that, mate.
I think I'd probably have him over Beto, you know. Actually, no. I'd say between Beto and Carlton Morris. That's where you go, mate.
I think maybe Fabio Silva's got to drop down.
All right. See you later, mate. Right, let's run you through it. So, best striker in the Premier League is Erling Haaland. We've got a group of very solids that consists of Ivan Toney, Julian Alvarez, Gabriel Jesus, Alexander Isak, Evan Ferguson, Darwin Nunez, Taiwo Awoniyi, Callum Wilson, and Ollie Watkins. Does
We
a
have
job.
9 players in
Yeah.
very solid. That's the nature of the Premier League, though, isn't it?
There's good strikers in the Prem right now. Does a job. We've got Christian Nkunku. We've got Rasmus Højlund, Eddie Nketiah, Dom Solanke, João Pedro, Calvert-Lewin, Cameron Archer, and Mikel
The
Antonio.
man we think is Cameron Archer.
Well, the man we think is Cameron Archer. Bang average.
Oh, that is Cameron Archer. Sure.
We've got Richarlison. Spurs fans, come at us. Chelsea fans, come at us. Christian Nkunku. Got Raul Jimenez,
No, that's
Beto,
Nicholas Jackson.
Nicholas Jackson. Who did I say? Nkunku. Beto, Jean-Philippe Mateta, and Carlton Morris. Poor. We've got Fabio Silva, Lyle Foster, and Odsonne Edouard. And then time to learn Arabic, buddy. We got Danny Ings, Anthony Martial, and Ollie McBurney.
Let us know down below who would you have moved. Who have we
I'm
had
sure there'll be some
stinkers on,
angry people.
because it's tough, man. There's so much quality in the Premier League, and like what one person likes in a striker, another person doesn't like. You know, we all look for different things within our players. But guys, let us know down below who has had the worst opinion, and who would you move around in our tier list.
Yeah.
If you guys have enjoyed, like, subscribe, comment, let us know all that good stuff down below. And yeah, if you're not already involved, get involved in the Gabriele Martinelli shirt giveaway.
Please. He's injured at the moment, so you've got all the time in the world.
But get involved now so you don't miss out. Guys, thank you for watching. It's been BoreDraw, Striker Tier List, and it's live.
Yeah, buddy.